Have you ever had that feeling where you're talking to an AI chatbot and it's like you're starting over from scratch every single time? You teach it something and the next day it has no clue who you are. It's frustrating, right? Well, today we're diving into a really powerful new idea that promises to fix that, giving AI a memory that's less like a goldfish and a whole lot more like an elephant.
So let's start with the big question. Why does this even happen? You spend all this time in a conversation, getting it just right, and then poof, it's all gone. Why do these incredibly smart tools seem to have the worst memory imaginable?
The source material we're looking at today calls this the goldfish effect, and it's the perfect way to put it. Your standard bot is the goldfish. The experience? It's like having a friend with amnesia who has to introduce themselves to you every single day. It's not just annoying, it feels completely impersonal.
Now here's the really wild part. This isn't a bug. It's actually how these things are designed to work. The technical term for it is statelessness. And all that means is that every single time you talk to it, it's treated as a brand new, totally isolated event. The AI has zero record of what came before. It's a clean slate every time.
Okay, but what if we could flip that script entirely? This is where things get really exciting. The solution we're talking about is a new kind of memory agent, designed specifically to turn that forgetful goldfish into, well, an elephant that never forgets.
So this is the big shift right here. We're moving from the goldfish bot, which forgets literally everything, over to what's being called the elephant AI, an AI built from the ground up to actually remember. The whole point is for it to build a continuous, evolving relationship with you.
And the official name for this is Prince's Memory Agent. At its core, it's a framework that gives AI something called persistent memory. Now, this isn't just about remembering the last thing you said. We're talking about building a long-term profile so the AI can actually get to know you over time, from one chat to the next.
So what does it do? Well, its key features are pretty simple but incredibly powerful. First, it persists data. That means you can close the window, come back tomorrow, and it still remembers you. Second, this allows the AI to actually build a kind of relationship with you. And third, it's built on a super solid foundation, Google's Agent Development Kit, or ADK, which handles a lot of the complicated stuff in the background.
So that's the what. But how does it actually pull this off? How does an AI go from total amnesia to perfect recall? The way it works is honestly fascinating. It's kind of like having a secret spy working behind the scenes of your conversation. The whole thing breaks down into a simple 4-step process. It all starts with, the conversation. Then the spy kicks in. After that, the info goes into the vault. And finally, it's ready for retrieval the next time you chat. Let's break down each one.
Okay, step 2, the spy. This is the real secret sauce. Technically, it's what's known as a callback function. But a much cooler way to think of it is as a silent stenographer. It just sits there in the background, listening. And the very instant the AI is done talking, this spy swoops in and records a transcript of the whole exchange. And what happens to that transcript? The spy immediately sends it off to the vault, which is just the AI's long-term memory. And the most important part? This is all completely automatic. You don't have to click a save button or type some weird command. It just happens, seamlessly, in the background.
And that brings us to the final step, retrieval. So when you come back for a new chat, maybe it's the next day, maybe it's next week, the very first thing the AI does, before it even says a word to you, is go to the vault. It basically reads your file to get completely caught up on who you are and everything you've talked about before.
That all sounds great in theory, but does it actually work? Well, lucky for us, the source material lays out a really simple but super effective demonstration to put this memory to the test.
The test is basically a little 4-act play. First, there's the first date, where you teach the AI a simple fact. Then, you hit it with a fresh start by restarting everything. Next up is the question, where you test its recall. And finally, you get the proof.
All right, so here we go. In that first conversation, the user tells the AI a simple personal detail. My favorite superhero is Batman. In the background, of course, that little spy we talked about is listening, and it immediately records this fact and files it away in the vault.
Now for the moment of truth. The whole program is stopped and restarted from scratch. This is just like a user coming back on a completely different day. It's a brand new session. The user then asks that simple question, who is my favorite superhero? A normal goldfish bot would have absolutely no clue.
And there it is, the proof. The AI, having already checked its memory vault before the chat started, replies correctly, it is Batman. It works. The memory survived a complete system reset. It actually remembered. A simple test like that is really cool, for sure. But the implications of this are just massive. This isn't just a neat party trick. This is a fundamental change in how we can interact with AI. So let's zoom out a bit and talk about why this matters so much.
Just think about the possibilities in the real world. You could have a smart tutor that actually remembers which math concepts a student is struggling with, or a medical bot that can instantly recall a patient's entire health history for safer advice. You could even have a personal shopping assistant that genuinely learns your style over months, not just in a single session.
So when you get right down to it, this memory agent is way more than just a clever piece of code. It's really a blueprint. It's a template for building the next generation of AI agents that are truly and deeply personal, agents that can learn and grow right alongside us.
Which really just leaves us with one final thought. The tools to do this are now out there. The question isn't if we can build an AI with perfect memory anymore. The question is, what should we do with it? So what would you build with an AI that never, ever forgets?